Never put these 5 items in your carry-on or TSA will flag you. There's one simple mistake travelers make every single day, often without even realizing it. They pack the wrong item in their carry-on. Not something dangerous, not something illegal, and not even something you'll find on TSA's official banned list. But it's enough to get you pulled aside at security, questioned by agents, delayed for minutes that feel like hours, and in some rare cases even denied boarding entirely. It's the kind of mistake that turns a smooth trip into a stressful ordeal before you even reach the gate. Here's the thing, most people don't even know they're making it. Today, we're going to walk through the 5 most common items that travelers mistakenly pack in their carry-on bags. Items that TSA consistently flags at security checkpoints across major airports. These are the things that don't look suspicious to you due to an X-ray machine, or worse, a security officer who's had a long day. And more importantly, I'll show you what to pack instead, so you can fly smarter, faster, and without stress. Because what you don't know might just stop you from flying. In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at some of the most misunderstood carry-on rules enforced by the Transportation Security Administration. Rules that, on the surface, may seem simple or even obvious, but in reality, catch travelers off guard every single day. We're not talking about weapons or obvious contraband. We're talking about everyday items, things that seem harmless, routine, or even necessary. Items you've probably packed before, maybe more than once. But as airport security becomes more advanced, the system's scanning, your bags have become more sensitive, more precise, and a lot less forgiving. Something that once slipped through without issue may now trigger an alarm. Slow down your screening process, or worse, get your entire bag flagged for a full manual inspection. And if that happens during a busy travel day, when lines are long and patience is short, you could find yourself stuck at the checkpoint while your gate is already boarding. That's why it's so important to understand not just what's allowed and what's banned, but also what's commonly misunderstood, those gray areas that lead to the most confusion. And make sure you stay with me all the way until the end of the video, because I'll also share 3 smart, essential items that every prepared traveler should always carry with them, items that may not get flagged by security, but could absolutely save your trip if something goes wrong. Let's get into it. Number 1, peanut butter, yogurt, and other suspicious gels. Let's start with something almost everyone has packed at least once: food. You're running late, you grab a sandwich, maybe toss in some yogurt or a small container of hummus. But here's the problem. TSA doesn't look at what the item is. They look at how it behaves. Their exact rule is simple. If you can spill it, spread it, spray it, pump it, or pour it, it's a liquid. So that peanut butter in your sandwich, it's a liquid. That cup of pudding you thought was harmless, also a liquid. And yes, that means it falls under the rule that no single container can hold more than 100 milliliters, which is approximately 3.4 fluid ounces. What really causes problems is that these items are often packed inside lunchboxes or wrapped into other foods. So the traveler thinks, well, it's just part of my sandwich, but the scanner doesn't see it that way. To the system, it's a dense, shapeless mass that triggers a flag, which triggers a bag check. And now you're standing there while they pull everything out in front of a line of impatient passengers. Even baby food, applesauce, or blended fruits can get flagged if they're not in labeled containers. So what's the solution? Either proportion these items into soap-proof travel containers, or better yet, skip them entirely and opt for solid snacks. Think crackers, dried fruits, protein bars, or pre-cut veggies. And if you're flying internationally, be even more cautious, because some countries have even stricter rules than the United States when it comes to what counts as a gel. Number 2, external power banks, the hidden fire risk. Talk about something that almost everyone carries, a power bank in today's world. Running out of battery at the airport or mid-flight is a nightmare. But did you know that not all power banks are allowed in your carry-on? Here's what TSA and the FAA say. Any lithium-ion battery with a capacity above 100 watt-hours is not permitted in either carry-on or checked baggage without specific airline approval. Most phone-sized power banks are fine, but many don't label their capacity in watt-hours. And guess what? Security officers don't have the time or tools to calculate it for you. If your charger doesn't clearly display that it's under the limit, it could be pulled for inspection. And if they don't like what they see, you won't get it back. Also, chargers with exposed battery terminals, like certain custom or high-speed USB-C power banks, can be flagged as a fire hazard. And if you bought your charger from a no-name online store, it might not meet FAA or TSA standards at all. Here's what you should do. Stick with reputable, Branded power banks that clearly show they're under 100 watt hours. Look for airline safe certification right on the label. One more thing, don't pack more than 2 of them in your carry-on. That's a real rule, and yes, they do track it. You don't want to be the person arguing with security over a charger. While your gate is boarding, play it safe and power up the right way. Number 3, tactical tools, legal, but alarmingly suspicious. At first glance, this one might seem like it only applies to a small group of people. Campers, survivalists, or maybe frequent flyers with emergency kits in their bags. But you'd be surprised how often this exact situation leads to unnecessary delays at security checkpoints. Here's the scenario. You're packing light, just bringing the essentials. Among them is a tactical pen that doubles as a glass breaker, or maybe a compact flashlight with jagged edges designed for emergencies. Or perhaps a multi-tool that includes a screwdriver, bottle opener, or mini blade. All of these items might seem harmless. They're not on the TSA's official banned list. They're not technically weapons. And in many cases, you've flown with them before, maybe even dozens of times, without issue. But here's where the problem starts. TSA isn't just screening for what an object is, they're screening for what it looks like under X-ray, how it might be used in the wrong hands. If your flashlight resembles a baton, if your pen has a reinforced steel tip that could break glass, if your multi-tool folds out into something vaguely blade-like, you've now entered a gray area that TSA agents treat with extreme caution. And here's what most travelers don't realize. TSA policy allows agents to use their own discretion, which means what gets through at one airport gate might get flagged at another. Some agents might let it slide, others might force you to throw it away on the spot, or worse, pull you aside for secondary screening that eats up 20 or 30. There are countless stories from frequent flyers who've carried the exact same flashlight or pen on 10 flights in a row, only to be stopped on the 11th with no warning, left explaining themselves while other passengers look on, and the line keeps growing behind them. It's awkward, it's unpredictable. And yes, it could cost you your flight if time is tight. So what's the best move? If an item has any potential to be interpreted as dual use, meaning it could function as a tool and be viewed as a weapon, don't put it in your carry-on. It's not worth the gamble. If you really need it at your destination, pack it in your checked bag. Or better yet, leave it at home unless it's absolutely necessary. And don't fall into the trap of thinking, they let me bring it last time. Because TSA guidelines evolve, and security agents are trained to adjust their judgment based on new threats, alerts, and policy updates. What was overlooked last month could be confiscated today. And when it comes to getting on your flight stress-free, consistency beats convenience every time. Number 4, sealed or unclear containers. Scanner nightmares. Let's say you're bringing some homemade soup from a relative, tucked into a metal thermos. Or you've got protein shake powder in a plain unlabeled squeeze bottle. Shampoo poured into an old travel-sized container without any label. All innocent, right? Not according to the scanner. Opaque bottles, containers without labels, or anything wrapped in foil can trigger serious confusion at the X-ray machine. Why? Because if the agent can't verify what it is by looking at it, they have no choice but to stop the belt, pull the bag, and open everything manually. And trust me, that's not just a hassle for them, it's a big delay for you. Some passengers try to outsmart the system, wrapping items in aluminum foil, hiding gels and vitamin bottles, even taping over labels. Please don't do this. It raises suspicion instantly. And even if you're not doing anything wrong, the optics are bad. Want the smart move? Use clear containers. Use TSA-compliant bags. Label everything, and keep all your liquids grouped together in a transparent Ziploc so agents can see them at a glance. The easier you make their job, the faster you'll get to your gate. Security isn't just about what you carry, it's about how you present it. Number 5, anything that looks like a weapon but actually isn't. This one catches travelers off guard more than almost any other. You didn't pack a knife, a gun, or anything dangerous, but TSA still flags your bag. Why? Because perception matters. Talking about metal combs with razor-like edges, novelty keychains shaped like grenades or bullets, martial arts training tools, or even kids' toys that resemble weapons in shape or structure. None of these are technically banned, but that doesn't mean they're safe to pack. If it even resembles a weapon, it can be flagged. And if you try to argue your case, TSA has every right to pull you aside, question you, or even escalate the situation. Why risk it? If something in your bag looks remotely threatening under an X-ray, just leave it out of your carry-on. What looks like a harmless novelty to you might look like a potential threat to someone scanning hundreds of bags an hour. Remember, Airport security is about speed, perception, and caution. Don't make yourself the exception. And here's a bonus part: 3 things you should always pack. Let's wrap things up with something a bit more encouraging. After running through what not to bring in your carry-on, here are 3 simple, smart items that you absolutely should have with you every single time you fly. They're easy to pack, take up almost no space, and can make a massive difference when things go wrong. Number 1, a photocopy of your passport. It might seem old-fashioned in the age of digital wallets and cloud backups, but if your phone dies, your bag goes missing, or your wallet is lost or stolen, having a physical copy tucked safely away could be your lifeline, especially if you're traveling internationally. This one item can mean the difference between smooth re-entry and being stuck at a foreign airport, trying to prove your identity. Keep it separate from your actual passport, ideally in a different pocket or folder. Number 2, a mini hygiene kit with all liquids under 100 milliliters. That's the magic number, 100 milliliters, or approximately 3.4 ounces. Your kit should include travel-sized toothpaste, hand sanitizer, facial wipes, lip balm, and deodorant. It's a lifesaver during long-haul flights, unexpected overnight delays, or when your layover airport doesn't have decent facilities. Even a quick wipe down can refresh your mind and body, helping you stay calm and focused under pressure. It's not just about cleanliness, it's about confidence when you're tired, stressed, and far from home. Number 3, an emergency medication and a few essential pills. We've all been there. Headaches, nausea, sudden allergies, or even anxiety creeping in during takeoff. Even if most of your medication is packed in your checked luggage, always keep a few core items in your carry-on. 1 or 2 tablets of pain relief, antihistamines, antacids, or anything else you know you might need. It only takes 1 delay, 1 missed connection, or 1 lost bag to turn a minor issue into a major problem. Being prepared means staying in control, no matter what happens. It's not about overpacking, it's about smart packing. And sometimes the smallest items are the ones that save your entire trip. So, which of these carry-on mistakes have you made before? Was it the peanut butter, the power bank, or maybe something a little more unusual? Drop it in the comments below, because your story might actually save someone else from a very stressful moment at the airport. We've all had that feeling when TSA pulls our bag aside, so why not help the next traveler avoid that same fate? And if you've ever stood at the baggage carousel wondering, where's my suitcase? Then you'll definitely want to stick around for our upcoming videos. We're diving into what really happens to your checked luggage, how it disappears into the airport's hidden maze of belts, sensors, and sorting rooms. And yes, even explain how a bag can end up in the wrong city or the wrong country, without anyone noticing until it's too late. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more smart travel tips, and share this with a friend who's packing for their next flight. Stay safe, stay smart, and we'll see you at 30,000 feet.